I hope your day is going well so far. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Goddess Realm. I'm Sharita Bagby with I Am Goddess Life, and I think we should just really dive into today's reading. Good afternoon, Nicole, Andrea. Thank you for joining me today, and Angie. Tell you what, guys, let's start off with a big social chug-a-lug. Boop. Hit like when you're done, and then we'll make it happen. Okay. Today was one of those mornings where, like, I kind of had to force myself to drink water this morning because my body was tired, and really it was like, coffee would be awesome. But I know me. If I would have opted for coffee, I'd be cottonmouth by now. Hey, good afternoon, girlfriend. I am so excited to see you in a few weeks. Thank you so much for the birthday wish. Oh, all right, let's make it happen. Thank you, Drea. I appreciate that. Thank you to God. Thank you to our angels, our goddesses, our guides, our fairies for all the amazing guidance and direction you've been giving us. We ask that you continue to watch over and direct our message. Make it clear and concise so that we all know what it is that you have for us. We also ask that anyone who hears this message be blessed by it with abundance and all these many wonderful things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. Get all in my feels and feel all nice and warm and all that good jazz. Yeah, Dre says coffee is the elixir of life. I know, right? Quit playing. Hey, Glenn, good to see you. Coffee is definitely the elixir of life some days. I'm gonna not lie. Like, it's been at least twice this week that I've been like, what's that I smell? Maybe I'll just have a sip or a whole mug full. All right, I'm looking around, guys, because I'm not entirely sure where our message is coming from. Hello, Abdul. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for the birthday wish. I appreciate that greatly. Let's see. We're going to talk to our goddesses today. Are we? Are we? Are we? Are we? Okay, so here's the deal. I think we're actually going to talk to our divine circus and see what kind of message we get for today. What kind of guidance and direction and love. Hey, Carly. Happy Thursday, lady. Glad you could join us today. We are just diving in. We are just diving in. Sorry, I was about to go on this whole, I had this whole beat in my head. I was about to lapse into Friday mode. Hey, Jose. Glad you could join us today. Had this beat in my head. And y'all know, if you can't dance while you're doing it, then you can't hang out with me. So be prepared to dance no matter where we're at. Especially in public. Good God. I mean, seriously, if you can't dance in the middle of Walmart, where can you dance on earth? Just saying. When I was in the Midwest a couple of weeks ago, my mom and I were in Ross. Hello. And I don't even remember what song it was, but it came on and I just went full out in my dance mode. She was like, oh my God. I think she actually started praying out loud. Please stop, my child. Exactly, Angie. Rump shaking. You got to. Got to. That beat on the foot. No. I think what I should do, you guys remember in the beginning I used to do a lot of music during the readings. I think I might try and go back to that. All right, we have got 3 cards. We're getting one more, but I don't know for sure that it's from this deck. So let's dive in. Let's see what we got. Just shake those cards, girl. No, I'm playing. I was about to go there. I was seriously about to go there. I mean, I don't see why we can't, though. Turn on some booty shaking music. Who says you can't, shake your booty and get messages from your guides at the same time? And really, it's kind of interesting because in my own personal meditation earlier today, a lot of the messages that I got from my own personal self were all about singing and dancing and like, you know, expressing your true self and really expressing your creative side. And everything kept saying music, music, dance, dance, music, dance. I was like, oh, quit playing. Who are you talking to? You already know. Like some people, they meditate to like nice, quiet, peaceful music. I meditate to like house music, electronica. Like I don't know. That's just me. I'm that girl. Okay, Dark Harlequin. Let's dive in. Bells are ringing from deep inside. Something that once had to hide is seeking your attention. It wants out. It wants to be free. As you release what was once shut away, your discomfort shall turn to glee. Bells are ringing from deep inside. Something that once had to hide is seeking your attention. It wants out. It wants to be free. As you release what was once shut away, your discomfort shall turn to glee. You're a spiritual adventurer. You're not afraid to go to the edge of what you know, of who you have believed yourself to be. Even when before you there lies the darkness of unknown worlds, of undiscovered parts of you, even when you feel uncertainty, discomfort, or doubt, you're still willing, even quaking in your boots, to figure out what it's all about. This fine and fierce attitude gives you a special kind of grace, the grace to discover that you're living wild, divinely free and empowered force to be reckoned with in this world. That discovery sets you free from fear and unleashes you upon a path of loving wild creation and joyful abandon. So you have come to a place in you and in your life where you don't know. You don't know what's happening. You don't know how to work through it. You don't know who you are. Well, not all of who you are. You don't know what you don't know. You are at a point of not knowing because you are growing. There will be surprises. There will be discoveries. You'll feel awkward times like you're trying to see in the dark. You'll wonder if you're supposed to be so confused, if you're supposed to feel like you aren't sure of who you are anymore, or even if the things that once made sense in your life are supposed to seem so fragile, as though life, once thought rock solid, actually turns out to be a house of cards. The answer, of course, is yes. Yes, it's a royally divine mess. Don't be afraid to let there be some inner rattling and rampaging. The Dark Harlequin card comes to you at a time when you are naturally diving into the darkness for a healing purpose. So ask the difficult questions. Do the things you normally wouldn't do. Experiment with thinking in ways you wouldn't normally think. Be willing to let everything change for the better by first letting go of how things are now. The messier your inner world seems to be right now, the more you can expect complete and utter transformation as new order comes into form. Expect the unexpected, for you were born to grow into what is happening now. It's a time to let the wild thing within out. Oh my gosh, we've been getting this message so much lately about going deep within and really just being who you are at your core, being who you are at your very essence. And I love this. Bells are ringing from deep inside, deep that core within you. Something that once had to hide is seeking your attention. It wants out. It wants to be free. As you release what was once shut away, your discomfort shall turn to glee. Now, this is interesting because some of you in your personal messages, you've been getting a lot of information about this, in particular that things are shaking up for you. And not to freak out from that. Again, we're being told so often to step back away from the duality of good and bad and to recognize just what is. And so in doing so, as things shake up, things are moving away. We're beginning to see things for what they are as you grow in consciousness, as you grow in love and light and in your own spirituality and who you are, you begin to see things for what they really are. And that's okay. Sometimes the illusion begins to move away. Other times things begin to shake up and move to make room. The whole purpose is, my point is to say, to make room for the new, for the newness that's coming in. So don't mourn what appears to be in the past, right? What appears to be gone. Really recognize where you're at, you're growing, and allow the space for something new. Drea says, how appropriate is this for my life right now? Very is the answer. Very appropriate. That's what's up, girl. I love it when it just, you get a message and you're like, ding, I think this one's for me. Red Countess, deep within, know what is true and what to do or not do. Yet there is so much noise and distraction in the world, and even at times in our own minds, that listening for our inner wisdom can seem like trying to hear gentle birdsong in the midst of a rock concert. Even so, you are hearing an inner truth, and deep down you know it. You can trust that it is safe to not only hear your inner voice, but to act on it too. There is something that you felt, sensed, heard, or realized. This truth you felt, sensed, heard, or realized this truth more than once. Even if others see or feel differently, you just know what you know, even if you don't quite know how you know it. When the Red Countess appears, she's reminding you of what you know, no matter how convincingly someone or even you might be able to talk you out of it for a while. The truth always returns to be dealt with eventually. This is not meant to be a warning. It's meant to be a reassurance, an encouragement to be bold and act on what you feel. Give your truths value, holding your feelings and insights in high enough esteem to pay attention to them, to give yourself time to process what you think, feel, and sense. Know that they are worth acting on, even if that action just means to trust more and stop worrying. If you cannot figure out what your inner truths are, or you feel confused by conflicting thoughts and feelings torn between head and heart, then you are in a state of information overload. You need to switch off, discharge some excess mental and emotional energy, and take a break. If a device was overheating, you would switch it off. You would let it cool down, lest it burst into flames beyond repair. Treat your brain, your nervous system, your body, your mind with the same good sense. Unplug for a few moments at least. Give yourself some time out from the crazy noise and constant distractions of the world so you can get in touch with what is true for you. If you have a vision or feeling about someone or something you are uncertain about, Red Countess confirms the accuracy of your insight. Trust yourself and then choose to act from your truths. Oh, I love this. I just love this. Carly says, I'm excited for the new. Yes, yes. Deep within you, you know what's true. You know what to do. There's so much noise and distraction in the world. And I love this card right after Dark Harlequin. Because what did Dark Harlequin just tell us? To go deep within, that there's something that's within us that's dying to break out, that's dying to get out. And Red Countess, here she's reaffirming that. Sorry, guys. There we go. Red Countess is reaffirming that, telling us to go deep within, to unplug. Don't allow ourselves to overheat, right? We don't want to be the Samsung phone that explodes. And I say that jokingly because I'm a Samsung fan. But yeah, still, that's crazy, right? Yet there's so much noise and distraction in the world, even at times in our own minds, that listening for your own inner wisdom can seem like trying to hear a gentle bird song in the midst of a rock concert. Even so, you're hearing an inner truth. Deep down, you know it. Trust that inner truth that's within you. Trust that thing, that untamed, wild, divine that's within you that's trying to come out, right? You know what it is, even when you don't know what it is. You know what I mean? But you just know. Yeah. Trust that. And then we have the Juggler. I find this to be a very reassuring card. All right. Many projects in the air. Aspirations and inspirations everywhere. Action to take, commitments to make, and yet another will soon join the fray. Say yes. Do not delay. It will all work out in the perfect way. You are capable of many things, and you are too important an asset to the plan of love on this planet to be left idle. So life, the universe, and your own creative urges will ask a lot of you. There will be many inspirations, ideas, dreams that you will yearn to bring to life in the world. You might wonder if it's all a bit too much for any one person to handle. You might feel you are juggling too much already. that if even one more demand or idea comes through, you'll drop like balls already in the air, and the whole damn thing will come undone. The juggler is the master multitasker. I love that. He is the master, the juggler is the master multitasker. He brings the skills and wisdoms and tricks you need to not only successfully bring to life all your current dreams and ideals, but to open to even more flowing through you. How can you do this without getting overwhelmed? How can you do this without becoming drained or exhausted? How can you do this without getting stuck in fantasy or failing to really launch ground and build each idea in the physical world, going through the rigors of taking a dream and turning it into reality? He has the inside track. He knows 3 tricks on how to make this work. First, if you're overwhelmed, you're letting yourself get ahead of yourself, allowing your mind to move too far into the future. Bring it back to now, to just what can be done now. Let tomorrow take care of itself. And I think that's a big one for a big chunk of us. Drea says, have I told you how much I love this circus deck? Girl, I'm saying though. Secondly, prioritize. What do you need to do most today and what can be left until later? And thirdly, remember that the divine circus is a troupe, a group filled with solo performers, but it is their efforts combined that magic is created. So ask for help and remember that your individual success is actually part of a greater group success. The universe wants you to succeed. It will keep an eye on the pots on the boil while you stir the one that is bubbling over now. The juggler lets you know that you are going to manage all that is going on in your life if you remember to stay present and relax. Deal with what is immediately happening and not worry about any other distractions. The more you do this, the more your juggling skills will improve. You'll not only handle all that's currently going on, but when another opportunity heads your way, you'll add it to the mix with grace rather than ending up with egg all over your face. Carly says, I feel like the juggler. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. It's kind of cool because every once in a while, we find ourselves getting overwhelmed. And that is one of the reasons, that's why I said I find this card to be really reassuring and really warming, because it seems like this card comes out at just the right time. It's usually when I'm like, I've got so much on my plate. What am I going to do? And it's a reminder. First, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're letting yourself get ahead of yourself, allowing your mind to move too far into the future. So bring it back to now and focus on what can be done now. And really, for a lot of us, when we can just reel it back in a little bit, right? And just focus on the right now, oh my gosh, then by default, tomorrow starts to take care of itself, right? But sometimes we get like too far off into next week and we're like, I still have to do this, and this. Focus on what needs to be done now. Secondly, prioritize. What do you need to do most today and what can be left until later? And then thirdly, I love this. Remember that the divine circus is a troupe, a group filled with solo performers, but it's with their efforts combined that magic is created. So ask for help. Remember that your individual success is actually part of the greater group. The universe wants you to succeed. It will keep an eye on the pots on the boil while you stir the one that is bubbling over now. So just focus on what needs to happen right now. And trust and be reassured. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got it. I was kind of sitting here like, okay, God, so I need you to tie all these together for me. And sometimes they don't tie all together. Sometimes we're just meant to get kind of 2 different messages. But really in particular, I think for one or some, the pot's bubbling over. And the pot bubbling over, it's bubbling over and you can't quite figure out what it is. Meaning that, give me the words, God. Meaning more so that there are thoughts and feelings, right? Well, things that you want to accomplish, goals, intentions, tasks, right? And you're on a mission and you're moving forward, but something within you is like urging, it's pushing, it's almost overwhelming. It's a real emotional feeling. And what I think the big thing is, I'm sorry, I'm looking around for my other pen. Oh, here we go. Is that this unknown thing that's deep within you, it wants out, right? it wants out, and you're not quite sure what it is, so you're being guided. I think for some of you, this juggler card is you're actually being guided to calm down for a minute, to reel it in. It's okay. I know that you have a lot on the fire right now, but you really need to take some time to go deep within to clear all that distraction so you can hear the bird song in the midst of the rock concert. So I think for some of you, you just have a lot of things going on in life and you're just overwhelmed, and this card's very straightforward. I think for others of you, for most, this relates back in here where there's something welling up with inside of you. You're still trying to figure out what that is, but you need to calm it down a little bit, calm all the distraction. It's okay to step away from these projects and to schedule yourself in some quiet time so that you can hear this pretty bird song in the midst of the rock concert of life. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a couple of thumbs up if that makes sense. And I think we are going to get one more card. And I think that one more card is going to come from our goddess deck. Thank you, goddesses. What is it that you have for us today? What is it? Woo! Got it. One more. Okay. Got it. I love these two cards, especially together. Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on love and light that is within everyone. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that's within everyone. Okay. Hathor. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And, you know, guys, one of the things that I really just want to say to this, especially for you busy moms and dads, especially for you natural nurturers, remember that receiving is as sacred as giving. Receiving is as sacred as giving. And when you're regularly, naturally receiving, you can allow it to flow out to others. But if you're constantly giving, and you're not receiving at all, then the well starts to run dry. At least the well of love and abundance starts to run dry. So really, I'm actually going to move these cards around and do this. I'm going to illustrate it. No, I'm going to say it like this from the standpoint of allow yourself to receive. Because sometimes when our well of love and light runs dry, then we kind of get tired, we get agitated, we get cranky, and we dip into a different kind of well, right? So if you're finding yourself, because it happens from time to time, right? We catch ourselves with a little bit of attitude. We catch ourselves judging folks, including ourselves. Maybe your well is a little bit dry and you need to take a minute to receive. Flip side of the coin, I want to pair these like this. Our dark harlequin is telling us that something deep within us wants out. And our red countess who's telling us to go within. And I'm going to say this, go within to receive the message. Because you already know what it is. Carly says, born with attitude. You already know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or what it is that you want. What it is that, the area that your light is supposed to be shining. What it is you're trying to bring about. Go within to receive. Because as you receive, what does it specifically say? It increases your intuition, your energy, and your ability to give to others. So as this is trying to, whatever is that's deep within you is willing to come out, go receive. Increase your intuition. And your ability to give to others. your ability to be more compassionate, right? Not only with others, but also with yourself. And as you're compassionate with yourself, it allows you to quiet your mind, allows you to have the peace of mind in order to quiet your mind to hear the gentle bird song. Bring it on home. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense. I think that pretty much about wraps it up for us today. The big takeaway that I get from this is really just to be gentle with ourselves, to recognize that question, that stirring, that emotion that's within. And one of the things that I've really learned is that when you're looking for guidance, sometimes we're looking for like this voice within and it's going to be loud and I'm going to hear it. Or other times we're looking for the big obvious sign. But we dismiss our own emotions. And not only that, but we dismiss the feelings and the reactions we get within our bodies. We dismiss our gut. I mean, I feel like so much in the world we are taught to dismiss our gut. You know, we're trained to, it's got to have this, and this, and that makes it that, you know. But sometimes you've got to trust your gut. You know what I mean? So when there's something coming, welling up within you, take the time, honor yourself enough, honor others enough to honor yourself, right? I'm no good to you if I'm no good to myself, right? I'm no good to you if I'm tired and cranky. I'm no good to you if I'm feeling disconnected from source. I'm no good to you, you know, if I don't have anything positive to bring to the table. So honor yourself, have enough compassion in yourself, and have enough compassion to see the love and light in others. Recognize, y'all, it gets frustrating, especially on social media some days, seeing things, watching posts, hearing people what appears to be they're talking out of both sides of their necks, but recognize that everybody has good and bad days. Recognize that everyone is on a different place or a different point on their path, right? And so we see things differently, but just recognize the love and the light within them and nurture that. And as you take care and nurture yourself, it makes it easier to do that for others, right? Okay, I think that makes sense. Let's social it up one more time. You know the deal. Chug-a-lug. Water is my friend. And in my Cookie Monster voice, I was like, C is for cookie. I know. I'm a weirdo some days, but that's okay. Just letting my light shine. And just on a personal note, you know, I've been getting a lot of messages about that, to really just be truthful and fair to myself. You know, I think sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to be different, right? Sometimes we get headed down a path and we have this mindset and we've built, you know, our whole lives around this path, our whole mindset, our whole intention, everything around this path. And then we get down the path and we're like, damn, I lied. I was kidding. I thought this was the path, you know? So I want to say, I think for someone, you really are kind of struggling to give yourself permission to be different, right? You're struggling to give yourself permission to switch directions, or maybe you are staying on the same direction. My path is staying the same, but my why, you know, is definitely being modified, which changes some peripheral things. But allow yourself, give yourself permission to. It's okay. Let your light shine. Be you. What is authentic to you? I love you lots. Thank you so much to our beautiful circus, to our goddesses. Thank you so much, God, for the amazing message. And guys, I hope more than anything that it's clear to you that you can make it applicable to yourself and to your life. As always, you are welcome to request your free goddess reading. Check the link below, below, above, depending on wherever you're watching this. And also, schedule your one-on-one discovery session with me. That is not a goddess reading, but that is just an opportunity to discuss some life path things maybe you're feeling stuck in a couple of areas and you just really need a good sounding board. Holla at your girl. All right, y'all, have an amazing Thursday, and I will shoot to see you here tomorrow. I don't know what time, but tomorrow. Take care. Bye.